If you're a Bajan who was raised or even just alive in the 90s, you'd be hard pressed to not know a song from soca superstars Krosfyah, a band comprised of icons in the local music industry that dominated the Barbados soca scene from the 90s straight to the 2000s. They toured the region and the world and produced hits like Obadeli that accompany any soca party to this day. We'll take a trip down the road as I tell you a little bit about Krosfyah. On All Year's Night, December 31st, 1989, the higher level band was formed, with founding members and friends Anthony Bailey, Felix Ford, Michael Agard, David Burnett, and Edwin Yearwood. To quote the General Edwin himself, "We were just a bunch of island guys who loved to play music." They toured the hotel circuit, covering various R&B and reggae tunes, but with influences such as David Rudder, Gabby, Red Plastic Bag, and feeling hot singer Arrow, they decided to create their own original soca tunes. In 1993, the Barbados Tourism Board sponsored a trip for the band to tour the Caribbean. It was around this time that they dropped the moniker Higher Level and renamed themselves to Krosfyah. I am not mispronouncing that. The man really sat down and decided that they were going to name themselves Krosfyah. Anyhow, fortunately for my ears, they renamed themselves to Krosfyah. They also changed their image, donning baggy clothes and combat boots, a look that wasn't really for soca at the time, which helped them to appeal to a younger audience. In 1994, they released their debut album, Ultimate Party, which won them Band of the Year, an award which they won for several years. 1995 was a remarkable year for Krosfyah. It was in this year that they released their sophomore album, Ultimate Party, Pump Me Up, which was the best-selling soca album of all time, with 50,000 units sold. That album went gold in Canada 2 years later in 1997. Over and away, that album hit gold, way before streams counted towards certification. Their hit songs, Sweating, Voice in My Head, and Obadeli were all on this album. This album also spawned another hit single. I don't know, you might have heard of it. Pump Me Up. It was even in the 2003 American film Open Water. In that same year, Edwin won Party Monarch, Road Monarch, and Calypso King, the first and only time all three were won by the same person. He went on to win Party Monarch 4 more times and Road March 5 more times. In 2004, a collective called the Concerned Group of Music and Video Producers and Retailers announced that they would not be releasing any music that crop over season. The group felt that the Barbados government's measures to stifle music piracy were inadequate. In response to this, radio DJ Tony Admiral Nelson accused the artist of holding the country to ransom. Krosfyah's then manager Michael Agard was quoted by the BBC as saying, "To come out as a radio personality, someone who plays music for a living, and to say musicians are selfish and ungrateful and holding the nation to ransom is strong." The band sent a letter to CBC declaring that they did not want Admiral to play their music. Then General Manager of the CBC, Dr. Alison Leacock, responded, saying that due to existing copyright contracts with the band and local copyright agencies, that she believed the band did not have the right to take such action. The Congress of Trade Unions and Staff Associations of Barbados stepped in and the concerned group reversed their stance. It was not until then that the Ministry of Culture would meet with them. The band still did not want Admiral playing their music though. Krosfyah has released over 20 albums over the years, at a pace of about 1 album per year, sometimes 2 in 1 year. Their album Aim High featured their smash hit singles Wet Me and Yardie. Oil Pumping, Sat Passe, French Kiss, Sugarcane, and Yardie Graduate were on their albums Hot Zone, Kool Under Fire, Enchanted, Zero Tolerance, and Timeless, respectively. They released 3 Best of Krosfyah albums in 2000, 2004, and 2010 to celebrate their 10th, 15th, and 20th anniversaries, and celebrated their 30th with a performance at Toast NYE on All Year's Night 2019. In 1998, Ray Armstrong joined the band as co-lead vocalist as their Khimoal nurse in 2001 and Joaquin Brewster in 2018. From 2006 to 2009, Krosfyah won Band of the Year at the Barbados Music Awards, and in 2009, they were named Band of the Decade. With 30 years under their belt, the band shows no sign of slowing down. To this day, they still actively tour the world, performing in places like Germany, Belgium, Holland, Saba, St. Bart's, and Jamaica. They even headline festivals in St. Kitts, St. Lucia, and St. Thomas. To be honest, the only reason they paused touring is because of the pandemic. The band is known today as Edwin, Yearwood, and Krosfyah, and is one of the longest running active bands in the Caribbean.